Hey Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now, and today let's go ahead and answer all of your guys' mailbag questions in our first mailbag of the weekend. There will be another one probably coming tomorrow here on the channel, so stay tuned for that. You guys asked me a lot of questions using the hashtag Eagles on a lot of previous videos the past couple of days. Let's go ahead and answer the best ones, the ones I think you guys want to know the answer to. So we'll start with Carter Sanders, who asked, since Howie said we aren't done yet, we still haven't made a move since the draft, who do you think is most likely to sign? So what he's basing on here, what Carter says is true. Howie Roseman, the Eagles GM, did say that they are not done making moves, or they could potentially make some more moves. So I decided to go ahead and give you guys my top 4 candidates to be signed to Philadelphia in the coming days and weeks. Now, I don't think that any of these are actually going to happen, but all 4 of these guys have been rumored to be at least associated with Philadelphia. Clowney, Logan Ryan, the corner, LeSean McCoy, and Devonta Freeman. Those are the 4 names we have heard for weeks and weeks and weeks, it feels like. I do know the Eagles did make an offer to Jadeveon Clowney. It was a 1-year offer, a cheaper offer. Clowney has not accepted or signed it, as you and I both know. They were interested in Logan Ryan, but there have been no reports they have actually reached out in terms of a contract offer. They are reportedly interested in running back LeSean McCoy, but again, they have not made a contract offer as of today, according to Jeff McClain of the Philadelphia Inquirer. And then, of course, Devonta Freeman, they have made an offer to, and Freeman is weighing both the Bucs and the Eagles right now. So those are my top 4 options right now. Obviously, we'd love to see a guy like Jadeveon Clowney in Philadelphia. I have been one of the people at the front lines of Philadelphia media saying we need to go ahead and bring in another pass rusher, but it doesn't look like any of these 4 are actually going to be on the Philadelphia Eagles in 2020. The most likely one, it's probably Devonta Freeman, but if you were Devonta Freeman, would you choose Tampa Bay? Would you choose the city of Tampa Bay? Would you choose Tom Brady? Would you choose Philadelphia and Carson Wentz? It's a decision that he will have to personally make, and I would not be surprised if he did choose Tampa Bay over Philadelphia, just based on the Brady factor and the reason why a lot of free agents have said they wanted to go ahead and sign there. Logan Ryan, again, would be a great addition, although I've said many times the Eagles are pretty much set right now at cornerback. I like the moves they did. Darius Slay, a huge part of that. That is why these are the top 4 potential free agent targets, but none of them, I think, should get any Eagle fans anticipating a move to actually be made, despite what Howie Roseman said earlier on this month. Question for you guys here. Are the Eagles officially done making moves? Type Y down below for yes, type N down below for no in the comment section. Moving on, next question here is by Caleb, who asked, do you think the Eagles, do you think we have a chance on Devonta Freeman? And if so, what % of a chance? Okay, so I'll break it down a little bit further here based on the Jeff McClain tweet from the Philadelphia Inquirer, one of the best Eagle reporters, in my opinion, in the city of Philadelphia and in the national media as well. Here's exactly what he had to say about the whole idea of Devonta Freeman that I hinted at in that last question. Quote, a few things on the Eagles' interest in free agent running backs. Per sources, they offered contracts to Carlos Hyde, who signed with the Seahawks, and Devonta Freeman, who is weighing other offers. Bucs, they have interest in bringing back LeSean McCoy, but have yet to make an offer. Okay, so they have apparently tried to address this. We talked about the Hyde one a couple days ago, and now we're talking about Devonta Freeman now. They've made offers. The offers just don't seem to be good enough as Hyde signs with Seattle, and of course, Devonta Freeman's still waiting on to see what, I guess, the Bucs are going to counteroffer to Philadelphia. The real question is, do they need another running back? I've made the argument that, yes, they could use another running back, and I've also said that you don't technically need one. I'm kind of up in the air. Like, would Devonta Freeman make the Eagles running back class that much better? No, but would it help? Sure, right? The more bodies you have in there, running back by committee, maybe Freeman has a burst of his 2017 self and plays very, very well, and then plays, up to the par that the Eagles want at the running back position. Likewise, LeSean McCoy did nothing last year in Kansas City, was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl, but you can bottle up the old Philly, LeSean Shady McCoy moves, then sure, he'd be a great addition. But overall, I think the chances of this happening, at least for Devonta Freeman, are right about 40%. I think he's leaning towards Tampa Bay. But if they sign him, I won't be mad. If they don't sign him, I really won't be mad either way, because right now this is Miles Sanders' team, and then they'll mix in Corey Clement and Boston Scott at the same time. Pick one, though. I want to know who you guys want in terms of McCoy or Freeman. Type F down below for Freeman. Type M down below for McCoy. If we had to get one of those 2 running backs, which one would you guys want? Let me know down below in the comments section. Green Wingman 2 asks, see the Eagles trading for a running back, so not signing one, trading one. Short answer here, no, they're not going to trade for a running back. I know we've heard Leonard Fournette, it's not going to happen, don't worry about it, move on. What is happening right now is Carson Wentz's jersey is on sale. Carson Wentz, you might know him, he's like the greatest quarterback ever, not ever, but he's one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League right now, and obviously as a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, his jersey, 25% off, only $75 right now. Chatsports.com/Wentz. Link is in the description. I actually bought this exact jersey for my mother for Mother's Day. She loved it. It's all authentic. So the sale remains 25% off, $75. Chatsports.com/wince, the place to go ahead and grab that. Creed Bratton, and this is just Creed from The Office. Yeah, I don't know. The picture says it is, but who knows? Do you see a trade for Jamal Adams as a possibility for the Eagles? Okay, so Jamal Adams has been rumored for almost a year now to be a trade candidate of the Jets. The Cowboys have been linked. The Raiders have been linked. Everybody has been linked to Jamal Adams. Now, here's what CBS Sports had to say about the Adams trade as early as yesterday. Quote, as ESPN's Rich, I think it's Kamini is how you say his last name. Rich says, and SNY's Ralph, Jesus, are hard names. Vacchino? Okay, let me just butcher those names, but move on. Quote, the Jets remain intent on signing the 24-year-old to a long-term deal. They simply prefer to wait on extension, whereas Adams apparently wants their commitment before the 2020 season. So, Jamal Adams is an elite, let me tell you, this is an elite safety in the National Football League, as good as it gets. I think in his draft class back in 2017, he has like the fifth most sacks out of all the defensive ends, and he plays safety. He's a baller. He's worth every single penny he's trying to get, but it looks like both the Jets and Jamal Adams are working on some long-term deals. And honestly, I think the Eagles are fine at safety. Now, would I take Jamal Adams over Jalen Mills or Ronnie McLeod? 100%. He's a better player. But it's not like the Eagles are bad at safety. I expect Jalen Mills to play very, very well at that position. And McLeod has been a very good safety ever since signing with Philadelphia just a couple of years ago. So no, I do not see a trade for Jamal Adams happening for Philadelphia. But I wouldn't hate it because Adams is really, really good. Be sure to subscribe to Philadelphia Eagles now if you guys have not subscribed already. We get new people coming to the channel basically on a daily basis. So I like to remind you guys, if you are new, go ahead and click that red subscribe button to help the channel grow. If you are not new and you already are subscribed, then just give yourself a little pat on the back because I appreciate you guys being a part of this channel. Okay, couple more questions here. Tim asked, if Minshew struggles in Jacksonville this year, could you see the Eagles sending them Hurts for Yannick at the deadline with some picks involved? I think this could help both teams. #Eagles. Okay. So I actually was one of the people who said the Eagles would trade for Yannick Ngakoue. All the reports said the Eagles were interested. Yannick was posting pictures on his Instagram when Trent Cole and Reggie White. I thought this was going to happen. It ended up not happening, and Yannick remains on the Jacksonville Jaguars and is probably going to be a Jacksonville Jaguar at least through the start of training camp and week 1. Now, this was mentioning at the deadline, 8 weeks in, could the Eagles make a trade? The answer is yes, but they would not send Jalen Hurts, and the Jags wouldn't really want Jalen Hurts at that point in the season. If the Jags are that bad to where Gardner Minshew's not working out, then they'll just tank and maybe get Trevor Lawrence in the 2021 NFL Draft. But if you wanted to include Hurts in this trade, I'll go ahead and give you guys a projected trade right here. Eagles get Yannick, the Jags would get Hurts and a second-round draft pick, although honestly, again, I would not do this trade because Jalen Hurts, to me, is a future guy, despite my dislike of the whole thing, is not worth the trade plus the second round for Yannick Ngakoue. Really, you just wait for Yannick's contract to be up in 2021, you sign him then, and then you're good to go without having to trade for anybody. So I don't think it's actually going to happen. Weigh in, though, who would win this trade? If you went with my projected trade, Eagles get Yannick, the Jags, of course, get a second-round draft pick, and Jalen Hurts. Who wins? Type E down below for Eagles, type J down below for Jags. I think the Jags would win that trade, which is why I hope that it actually doesn't happen. And odds are, again, it won't happen because why would you trade for Jalen Hurts if you're the Jags? If you are that bad in 2021, when you could just wait and draft a good quarterback like Trevor Lawrence in the 2021 NFL Draft. Let's see, a couple more here. Todd McGladry. I think that's how you say your last name. Sorry, Todd. If you don't know, I butcher last names. It's just kind of what happens here on the Eagles, on Philadelphia Eagles now, but don't worry about it. Who are your top 5 best linebackers the Eagles have had in the last 20 years? Ooh. Okay, this is tough. I got to go off the top of my head here. Top 5 linebackers. And we'll obviously have a graphic for this so you guys can track where I'm thinking. Eagles have not had a lot of very good ones. Obviously, for me, Jeremiah Trotter is the best linebacker the Eagles have had in my lifetime. The Axemen, a part of the Super Bowl team in 2004. He came back later on in his career. I love Jeremiah Trotter. He's obviously on this list. D'Amico Ryans didn't play for long and got injured and was old, but was still a great leader and one of the better middle linebackers we have seen. And then, honestly, the other recent guys that make the list are Jordan Hicks, who was good minus injury, Michael Kendricks, who was honestly really, really good, and I was upset the Eagles did not want to extend him and give him the money that he wanted, and Nigel Bradham was a good player to the point that he was a big key in the Super Bowl win and also got a contract extension, which was a little bit too much, and they got rid of him, but I digress. That's probably the top 5. I can't think of another really good linebacker in terms of a true linebacker, because Brandon Graham is, I guess, technically a linebacker, but he's really not. True linebackers here, those would be my 5. If I'm missing somebody, let me know down below, and if not, then who's the best out of the group? I think it's Jeremiah Trotter, but if it's somebody else, let me know right now in the comments section. Okay, running out of time for one more. Eruptstruck1 asks, can the Eagles still win the NFC East despite Dallas having Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup? Yes, why would CeeDee Lamb be suddenly the big difference maker in Dallas? Now, Dallas made some good moves this offseason, but CeeDee Lamb does not suddenly make the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl contenders, despite what many Cowboy fans will tell you. And trust me, as we know, they will tell you that right now the Cowboys have the best roster in the NFC. They're crazy, okay? The Cowboys and Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper could not beat the Eagles without any of their wide receivers and quarterbacks playing legitimately at wide receiver, and a guy like Greg Ward. Boston Scott was in there. Remember, the Eagles won the division last year despite all of their injuries. Dallas had a chance to do it later on in the year, lost to Philadelphia. The rest is history. So, no, I think the Eagles obviously still have a chance to win the NFC East, and I think they're the favorites in the NFC East. Now, if you look at notable additions, in terms of the best addition this offseason by each team did get better. Yes, CeeDee Lamb does make the Cowboys better. He doesn't make them Super Bowl contenders, but he makes them better. The Eagles got Darius Slay. That instantly helps the whole Amari Cooper problem. The Redskins got Chase Young, and the Giants got Blake Martinez. All of the NFC East teams got better this year, but I think Philadelphia had the better roster, the better head coach, the better fans, the better stadium, the better city overall, which is why I would still leave them as my number one team in the NFC East. There you go. All time we have for today here on this mailbag video. A lot more questions that have yet to be answered. I'll answer those in a video coming up later on, maybe tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one as well. Appreciate the questions. Appreciate you guys as always. Chat Sports, I'm Thomas Mott, signing off for the rest of your day.